So basically, they're able to harness and use these small atoms and manipulate them. Okay. And they're able to speed them up using a collider, a hadron atom collider called CERN. This is just a machine. There are multiple colliders throughout the world placed in specific geological points on the planet. There are some in America. I believe there's one in Texas, and they're usually underground. So the one that everybody is talking about, CERN, is in France, in Switzerland. It's 17 miles. It's a 17-mile ring or donut or ring. Hey, and it's 300 feet in diameter. So this is gigantic. It sits on the border of two countries, and they take the atoms in there and they smash them. A couple of years ago, when I first got hip, they were trying to find the Higgs Bose particle, aka the God particle, and this particle is supposedly is what is responsible for giving matter its shape, and with it they can manipulate matter. This experiment, publicly they are reporting that they are trying to harness dark matter energy, which is an unstable, delicate yet extremely destructive energy, to where like one less than 1 gram of it is stronger than nuclear atomic weapons. Atomic, interesting. Yeah. So basically, that's what they're looking for. Now, Stephen, the nuclear physicist, I believe it's Steve Hawkins or something like that, he's against it. He opposes it. He says that they can be opening up gates to hell. You know, um, he's against it. Um, Gordy Rose is for it. He actually has the D-Wave quantum computer, and this computer is powerful enough to process data in these other dimensions. So it can basically interpret and understand them, and it can be used to open portals to other dimensions in space and time and bring entities into this world, or send things or resources into their world. Okay. The movie The Mist, pay attention to the script, pay attention to the dialogue in these movies. It was a great big storm, and it was the result of scientists experimenting in mountains. And it opened up a portal to another world where these gigantic monsters came through. It is a very spiritual thing. Okay, it's like the Tower of Babel. There's a Native American legend amongst the natives of this country that one day a spaceship appeared, and these reptilian type beings came out and they had halos, and they began to teach the people science, the use of pharmakia, which is certain type of drugs, and advanced mathematics. And it was dark science that they were teaching them. And they started to combine all of this knowledge, and they were able to open a portal, right? And a portal that they opened up, giants came through. Yes, giants came through the portal. And when they came through the portal, they started to eat the natives and the inhabitants. There are places in this country that have just been abandoned. Like in Mexico, near Mexico, it's just been abandoned by ancient civilizations because they had to run and flee. There are petroglyphs, which is rocks, rock art, like hieroglyphics with petroglyphs. There are petroglyphs that have a spiral for the portal. Then next to it, they have humans, and then they'll have these monsters standing next to them, like a size to scale type of layout. Shout out to Richie from Boston, because he actually explored America, Arizona, Grand Canyon, different places that's restricted, and he's actually got petroglyphs on film, but they are out there. Different type of monster looking things. They look like monsters, like what we used to call demons and stuff like that. They look like that, you know, and giants, and they come through, and even gray alien type looking motherfuckers. You feel me? So yeah, so basically they open this portal. The scientists doing all the work, little silly fuckers. Excuse my language. It's always in the movies, right? The scientist comes upon his new discovery. He's obsessed with his work. He comes upon his new discovery and it destroys him. This has been the plight of earthlings for trillions of years. We're scientific. We are so obsessed with advancing technology that there has literally been countless civilizations that have developed to a key point, okay, a high point, and that's a verse in the Quran. I'm paraphrasing it, but it says God will allow the devil, the enemies, access into like space, and He will allow them to see the secrets before He brings them down to destruction. Okay, so constantly we get to a certain point in our development to where we're so obsessed with advancing technology that it destroys us. I mean, I'm talking to you from a radioactive device now. People use Bluetooth headphones, etc. So let's not go too far on a tangent. Now, this experiment that they're doing July 5th, this is what they publicly say. I take everything they say with a grain of salt. But this experiment that they're doing on July 5th is to get some dark matter energy. And research with dark matter energy is very destructive. In the Tower of Babel, like in the books that they took out of the Bible, it goes into Nimrod. Nimrod was a person that Abraham was under in the sense as far as he was like the president, and Abraham's the messenger of God. So that Nimrod was so obsessed with uh, building this tower. It was written as a tower. A tower is for elevation into the heavens, right? To war with God, and they sent fire arrows, and like the building of this, like it was such a gigantic structure that it was a column. To walk around it took a year, you know, and they actually built it. And okay, I'll write down sacredtext.com where I was able to read the Apocrypha, books that were taken out of the Bible. The books that were taken out of the Bible. Yeah, basically they shot fire arrows and they came back down. And then oh my God, an earthquake happened and it swallowed up the tower. And basically God was like, okay, y'all feeling big and bad. I'm gonna show y'all the reals. Y'all want to take it there and wipe them out. You feel me? So this is where we at. This is where we going in Hindu. In the Hindu religion, they have these vehicles called Vimana, which are spaceships, but they're piloted by men. The angels are men. God is physical too, men. The vessel that he inhabits expires. Whoever he has trained up in his place will be that. Now, the Hindus warred with God. There are places on the earth where there's like melted, like from a blast, and there's like glass. There are civilizations that have been destroyed. The Hindus have warred with God multiple times using technology. Okay? So this is where we at. All right, it's funded by a black unlimited budget. Okay, this is where we at in society. It's amazing that it's becoming public because I've known about it for a couple years, and like you, because you would sound crazy talking about all of this stuff because that's how brainwashed and dumbed down we have become as a society, and how distracted we become by celebrities and stuff like that. And so but it's amazing that it's being talked about now, in such a public spectrum through social media. It's like, is this the trick bag? Is this the bait and switch? Is this the Lord, or is this our collective consciousness being triggered by something significant enough to hold its attention. This experiment will be conducted using the highest amount of power they've ever used before. They're into a unit of power called teravolts. Teravolts, like how you go from a megabyte to a gigabyte to a terabyte. They're using teravolts, very extremely powerful, like 118 volts for this or that, or 121 volts for this or that for a laptop. They're using like trillions of this power to operate this machine, and now they're going to use even higher than what they used before. So there are some possibilities. There have been reports when they used the machine before of seeing giants. There have been reports of them people seeing giants or seeing flashes of different creatures and different things. There was a video on YouTube in like Russia. It was this gigantic black spider creature, and it was just climbing on the apartment buildings, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's fake, that's fake, that's fake," and it could be fake. You feel me? It's the internet. But this video was out like almost 10 years ago. Like, but it could be real at the same time. You feel me? But you know, basically, the world is about to change. The experiments that occurred July 5th, it just may kick on and continue on to a normal day, which is beautiful, which is great, which is fine. But even if it does continue on to a normal day, this world is going to change. So the best thing we could do, get right with God. Try to stay right with God. It's so hard. It's so hard in this world. Get in shape. Stock up on food and water. Walk with me on Unity treks. Come build with me. You know, if I can get 100 people, if I can get 1,000 people to take a Unity trek down Woodward to Detroit, where we just walk in the land, like that's such a big thing, and I've done it 11 times. I'm gonna do it for the 11th. I'm gonna do it for the 12th time, July 30th. So to get us used and equipped mentally, spiritually, and physically for the possibility of us having to walk for resources, or having to leave home in the middle of the night, and you have to walk until it's safe for whatever reason. So it's getting real. I'm gonna stop it right there. Peace, peace. Pay more attention. Continue to pay attention. Don't get too distracted, but have fun and enjoy your life. And whatever it is you came here to do your best to do it. Peace and love. Jabril.